Hey guys, Kai from Kai's Transformer Corner here again, and we're doing another short style slash TikTok style video, and we're going to take a look at Transformers United, I think, or Evolution, Deluxe, no, Voyager Class, Armarda Universe, Starscream. His two accessories I have misplaced. One of them is his pretend fold out sword, and the other one is a mini Star Saber. So they are somewhere, but at the moment I do not know where they are. But we can still do the figure because I've also got an upgrade kit. Got this upgrade kit off of eBay. Don't know what's made it, who created it, but got it off eBay. 3D print, and he did warn me to make sure to heat up the joints on where the wings attach because of it being very brittle, and then you'll see why once we get into robot mode why that is. But other than that, here we have Starscream in his jet mode. Let's zoom in to get a look at the detail. So we've got a nice blue cockpit as well, and some black. Got some nice gold accents on the like thrusters type deal. Got visible head syndrome, but that was his mode, and it was like that in the show and in the original toy, where his head was partially visible, but it's like tucked away. On the 3D printed wings replacements, we have a engraved Decepticon logo that is really nicely detailed as well. If I had some decent skill, I would so paint that as much as possible just for it to pop. But yes, some more details on the sides here with the red and the like sunbow grey on there. The grey here is very in the camera on my phone. The grey nearly matches the paint decently, and also it's a bit more darker than the whitish grey used on the other areas of the jet, but it's okay in my eyes. I still like the look of this. We've got some nice yellow at the front here, yellowish gold as well. Underneath, standard kibble for Armarda Starscream, even in this modern update of the toy. But other than that, it looks really, really cool and really, really awesome figure. So let's zoom out. So let's start the transformation. Well, first off, before that, let's show off the gimmick here. He still has his minicon, his null ray cannons, or whatever they're called. You could still see where the minicon port would have been, right here on the back, but because there's no minicon for this modern update, but we still have the gimmick. And I've got to mention there's a lot of nicely engraved details, molded in details as well, and little fins too. But these fins would have locked into place, and then we would have had some missile firing action on the back here as well to fire them. But they are 5mm ports, so you could put some blast effects in them if you want to. But yeah, so let's get this guy into robot mode now, shall we? So let's zoom back in so we can see the nice little details that will be happening while we bring him into his robot mode. So first off, what I like to do first is untab these little like thrusters out and fold them out like so, so they're out of the way. Then we'll come to the legs and unfold them. Fold them down and rotate. So they're in that position. Fold this panel up to cover the gap. Then fold out the foot and the heel spur. And that is one leg all done. Second leg, same as the first. And we have resumed. And that's both legs done. Now we want to bring this section down, and that will help us reveal the head of Starscream. So we can have that out, and then we want to take the front section of the cockpit, and there is a tab that will go into a slot in here. Because it's dark, you can't really see it, but we'll go into that slot there. Once you bend that down and tab it, that should allow you to lock everything in place. And then you can just fold the front mini little wings to the side just to fit it out, in, away. So yeah, so that's that done. And then you want to extend the arm out like so, and it's on a rail system. So then once you've got it extended out like that, you want to push this in, open up this bottom panel to release, to show his fist, and then do the same on the other side. Just extend and slide and rotate out. Oh, this one's really loose on my end. And then we want to rotate the wings into their right configuration, and then we can zoom out. And here we have Starscream in his robot mode. The wings are actually a bit bigger than the original stock wings that he came with. So in vehicle mode, if you have the stock wings nearby and you have this 3D print as well, and you install them, you know how somewhat goofy this wing is compared to this one. Still both goofy anyway in vehicle mode and in robot mode, but yeah, but like I said, this is him in robot mode. We can do the cannon still like so we can still do his blasting. And nice feature with this version of the toy or this updated take, we can fold the back down and tab it, and it will tab in place, and it looks a bit more cleaner. But that's not all. You can actually choose however you want this up. So if you want the cannons to be up still, and have it more like his original Armarda toy, you can just grab at the back panel and just tab that to the back end. And yeah, you can still have an accurate, original show accurate version, because once this panel's down, it locks this in place, so you can't really do anything. But if you want it all down, you just lift that red panel back up and then fold them all down together. So we'll leave them down for now. So the wings are articulated, and like I said, if you get this upgrade kit, make sure you heat up, boil, or hair dry the connector sections, because it is very brittle and can break. Because I heated it up, but I didn't heat it up long enough to the point where the actual tab for this side ended up snapping off, and I had to do some glue in place, and it works fine now. Some of the connection here is still not 100%, but it still functions as best as it could. But yeah, so the wings are universal. You can have them like that. You can have it down like that, or like that. Same with this one. You can even bring it down like that. But there's a reason why I got this upgrade kit. Because if you're like me that loves Armarda, but also hated how they did the wings for the stock configuration of giving him the Star Saber and then his own wing already folded out as a sword, so then you have to do the whole to get somewhat of it to look like it did, like he's missing a wing, and fold it back down. Bugged me a lot. So when I saw this upgrade kit, and it gives me the feature that it should have had, that looked like it was possible to do as well, but budgetary constraints and whatever. So yeah, so we can pull out this wing, and if you want, you can then just rotate that back so it's a little bit more hidden, and then let's just take a look at the wing sword. As you can tell, you can see some of the 3D print lines still there, but it's been sanded really well, so it feels more smooth. But you can just see them, and the way this is made is made with 3D printed screws as well, so you can tighten and loosen them if you need to. The detailing on here as well. I like that they try to stick as close as to the original detail on the original wings. This one is slightly different as to the wing on the other side, but that's not what this is for. So we want to unfold that, and then unfold that, and then straighten it all out. And definitely like the original, the sword hilt is on an angle, and then we can get Starscream and just plug it in his fist. It's a bit loose, it's not quite there, it's easy to pull out, so that's the thing. It's just really loose and everything, so just be mindful for that. But yeah, so that is the sword, so let's just put that away right now. So let's just do that, and let's get the wing back up as well, and just make sure it's all in the right position so that we can get into the articulation. Right then, articulation, legs can go forward, can go back, but it's hindered, so if you want it not to be as hindered, you can bring it all the way back to the back, like so. You can also go out and in, thigh rotation, over 90 degrees bend at the elbow, pivot at the ankles, can go side to side, up and down, because it's on that rocker. Yeah. He has got waist, but it's hindered, so what you need to do is temporarily untap that, and he has got full waist articulation as well, but obviously we don't want the nose cone to hinder him, so let's just retap that back into place. Arms have got full 360 rotation, but is hindered because of the wings. Regardless if you have these or the stock wings, the arms are hindered, but they can go out and in as well. Bicep, double jointed elbow, no wrist because of the way it transforms on both sides. And head, well, typical head can look up, can look down, can look left and right, and rotate all the way around as well, like So, and he can have his head look up, so he's flying. So he's got a lot of dynamic poses like so. So now let's do a close-up and look at the detail properly in his robot mode. So let's zoom in. So detail wise, some of it we've already seen, majority of it we've already seen in his vehicle mode, because Armarda's transformations of the characters was very, very, very simplistic. It was the generic, basically you could see what's going to become what in that, even in the show. So we got like the nice wing here, nicely painted red, engraved logo. If I knew how to paint that, this would have looked nice and fine painted. The wing here, as you can see, the detailing is slightly different. They put a bit too many lines here, so it doesn't really look as accurate as that wing, but they tried the back. This one doesn't have a 5mm port, but this one does. Here's all the detail that you are missing here. Let's zoom out again. And let's do a size comparison. So, because this is Cybertron Armada Starscream, let's do a quick size comparison on with Cybertron. He is slightly bit smaller. If I can get this right. Slight bit, and a bit more skinny as well. And then let's just do another comparison with Thundercracker. And that is pretty much it. Let's put them off to the side. And let's just do a general chat and my final verdict. So, final verdict, he's a very well done figure, very well done indeed. I love the details on this. The upgrade kit in those wings that I've got are fantastic. I recommend them if you can find them. And if you're like me that hated that he did not have his wing sword, that was properly his wing sword that transforms this wing to the sword, because it did not feel. Star Saber was okay. It was an okay accessory to include, because of some of the episodes where Starscream was actually wielding the Star Saber. But other than that, it did not feel right that Starscream did not have his wing turn into sword as a proper full-on gimmick. That was definitely possible, as we have seen here with 3D printed. There are some elements I could think of. I think that with 3D print, you could actually had this hinge here slightly more square, straight with a bit of a curve still, and it will still work the same. So that that bit doesn't really this bit doesn't really ruin the silhouette of this wing. But other than that, Starscream is decent. I forgot to mention his whitish face and his orange eyes. But yeah, he is brilliantly done and just amazingly made. And yeah, so if you can find him, get him. I managed to get this guy secondhand off eBay and for a decent price as well, with all of his accessories as well. But yeah, this is a very, very decent figure, and I do highly, highly recommend it if you can find him. But this has been Kai from Kai's Transformer Corner, and I'm signing off. See ya.